Your host, Toe666, otherwise known as the Epic Tank Guy. So, this series is still in the beta test. If anyone watched my previous episode, you would notice the game audio was far too loud. You could barely hear me. It was naff. So basically, I've had to jiggle around with the audio. I've increased the mic volume. I've decreased the master volume of the game. And now the only way to find out is to actually go on the channel on my phone and check. Now the only way to find out is to actually go on the channel on my phone and check. Now the only way to find out is to actually yeah, if you can hear me repeat myself, that's because I'm watching the video to try and ascertain the volume of the video. And check. Now the only way to find out is to actually yeah, if you can hear me repeat myself, that's because I'm watching the video to try and ascertain the volume of the video. And check. So if we decrease the volume, master volume overall, there is a bit of an echo. There is a bit of an echo. There is a bit of an echo. Right, yeah, let's just play. So we start today with the Type 234 on the road to the Chinese light tanks, as I've already got a medium tank. So are you ready to rock? Once I've got all the sound problems sorted out, all the info discussed in episode 1 would later be rediscussed, my tactics, how I do the game, etc. Just in case you couldn't hear me because of how loud the game volume was in comparison to the voice over chat. So let's crack on. I may have to check live stream once again to see if I've got the audio right. In fact, I'm actually gonna audio a bit lower. Sounds like it's not done anything. So fuck up. Let's crack on. Screw you guys. Right, this is typical of people on this map. No matter which side you spawn on, they always, as soon as somebody gets spotted in the middle, they camp and wait, leaving this exposed flank on our right to their left to basically be exposed. In which a cry for help is necessary, and then no one helps. Luckily, I got 2 heavies. But why would you want help? And wow, this gun is terrible. Still going for me. Really, the actual key thing to do is actually go for that Excelsior next to me because he's the more dangerous of the two of us. So what the hell is he doing? It's like, jeez, that's why. The key thing to always do is always go for the most dangerous tanks first. That's always been the case of tank warfare. Sod this, I'm not dying for these fools. Now they've all decided to come up to the flank. What was it with that KV? What was his problem? Why? Team is shit. Usually at this point I actually go over to prioritise game chat to actually tell the team how terrible they actually are, but I can't be bothered. Now I'm just going to check the stream audio to see. I'm just going to check the stream audio. Still going for me. Yeah, it's miles better. Lowering the master volume worked, even though I still think I need a better headset with a better mic, but oh well. Let's crack on some more. Yeah. So now I've figured out how to sort the audio out in the videos, then obviously the next thing is one of the other future episodes is to re-go over all the information, and I'm repeating this, all the information I put forward in the last one. Also, another day of misery live streams aren't going to be the only videos that are going to be done on the channel. We're going to have tank reviews, we're going to have focus on a tank, we're going to game in it. Those won't be live streams, those will be from replays. The console's fancy replay action. Now they finally added the replay action in. It's been in the PC version for years, but you know, wargaming consoles treated consoles like a cash cow. But my main aim is to show people that you don't necessarily have to be on YouTube, be on PC version of this to play it. There's not many YouTubers that actually do videos from the console version because it looks better for PC. I know that the videos you can make with the console version, because you can save the recordings, are so much better than they would be doing it on the console, but still we're trying to prove that point. Because yeah, I know PC is the master race, but hello, there's a lot of us that can't afford PCs, that have to stick with consoles. Having to keep up with all the latest technology in PCs is very, very ridiculously expensive, etc, etc. So see what we can do here. Now at the moment NT34-2 is Chinese medium, tier 8. It's kind of alright. I wish the accuracy could be better. Right, this tactic we can see in front of them, they're going up and down, up and down, up and down. I hate it with a passion. In real life it would never have happened because it would mess with the drive chain. Every single part of the drive chain, it'll just wreck it completely. I'll wear it down if it's brand new, and it'll be done and dusted in an hour. Seriously, mate? Retard. Come on, you idiot! Hello! Oh shit. Oh come on, just gun depression, that's the only problem I've... Yeah, right. The only problem I've got with this tank is its terrible gun depression. Seriously, But they can see me, but I can't see them. Yeah, well done. Can I? Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Quick. Too late. Oh yes, that's before I forget. One of the other aims of doing these videos is to, every now and then, basically bastardize wargaming for their ridiculous physics, their false promises, their money grabbing, and any other items in particular that need to be addressed, like historical inaccuracies. I'm going to be addressing their double standards and other things, everything wrong with it. Oh, and how they always do PC first. In my opinion, in relation to PC, everything done on the PC should be released on console at the same time. That's always been my idiot. Right, if someone stops in front of you, it's obvious they're getting ready to shoot. Completely obvious. Great, I got a tier 5 behind me. Oh, well done team. I hate pussies that go and ram like that. Yeah. Huh, I actually have 2 people watching. I mean, double check that actually. Yeah. Shame I can't see who it is. Yeah, I have to be aware that this is a live stream going on to Another Day Misery episode on YouTube. Obviously people are going to watch unless it's a replay video. But anyway, whoever you are, just leave me a message, say who you are, so I know who. Basically. They'll probably be gone in a minute or two anyway. Anyway, that game was terrible, even though it was still drawing. Oh, messages! Bloody hell, somebody actually left me a message. Yeah, that's right, the graphics on console are better, sometimes better than PC, because with PCs you've got to pay through the years for graphics cards. There's always new graphics cards every 6 months. And it's just so damn expensive keeping up with it. And with consoles, it's the graphics are set, but most of the times it's just better because the people, these YouTubers like, for example, Quickie Baby, for example, the also Epic Tank Guys, for example, World of Walls, they've got the highest spec PCs you can get, so they've spent a ton of money. And that's actually a small percentage of people that have actually spent that money. So we'll take that as 5%. 95% of everyone else can't pay that amount of money for those decent graphics. So you are right. I played PC Tanks about 7 years, and I tried the graphics on this graphic on PC. I played PC Tanks about 7 years, and I tried this graphic on PC. Huh. That doesn't make sense. I don't think the guy's English. But yeah, anyway, as the point it's proven is that to get the top end graphics you see on these top YouTuber videos, you do need to pay ridiculous amounts of money. 95% of the service users can't, because it's out of their reach. So, at the end of the day, yeah, Hang on, did I even read that right? Oh, he's Russian. Hello. Oh, that explains it. Yeah, your English is pretty good, but it could do some work. Yeah. So, you always get these on this argument again about graphics, etc. Yeah, you can get better graphics than console, but like I said, you've got to pay a ton of money, and it's worth it in the end. But how are you going to get that money? Who's going to pay for it? Unless you got a top-end job or reeling in a shed load of money from selling yourself out on live streams, on Twitch, on YouTube, then it's not going to happen. So it's quick, easier, and sometimes you can actually have more fun. It's more simpler on consoles because of the PC version. It's much more complicated. So now that little debate's over. Let's crack on with my favourite Japanese medium, because the gun is ridiculously overpowered. You didn't hear that while gaming, because if people say certain guns are overpowered, wargaming comes in and then they kind of ruin it. Bear with me guys, I'll just check this message. You just play console tanks or you have a PC account? I do have a PC account, but it was years ago when it first came out, when it was at its basic graphics level. I played it on PC, but obviously graphics progress. I can't afford PCs and stuff. I can afford laptops. Laptops are terrible. I can afford consoles. Consoles obviously at a set standard unless the graphics are increased anyway. But yeah, I have played it on PC. I didn't like it. I started playing this first on the Xbox 360, and it was released on the Xbox 360. And then I played it on day of release on the PS4. I played many hours of my life, all wasted on World of Tanks console on the Xbox 360, and the same again from the PS4 on day of release. So we are in the Shinukai. I've got a good feeling about this game. We've got a couple of KV1s on. I think, talking about going back to the Xbox WOT of Tanks, I think the reason why I was semi-good at the PS4 version, because of all the hours I spent on the Xbox 360 version, just constantly playing it, pouring money into it, playing it. Obviously it got tiresome and it was just wearing out. That's why we waited for, obviously, to come out on PS4, played the beta the moment the beta came out, played the full game when the full game came out, and that actually contributed to my skill level. Obviously there's a lot of people on here that have never played it before, so I advise people not to get frustrated with people doing stupid things causing you to lose the game. I'm just checking the comments. Did you stream on Twitch too? I used to stream on Twitch, but I thought, hey, why not start a YouTube channel? If you're wondering why, obviously, I'm streaming to YouTube off a console rather than PC, it's because I wanted to try and show people that you don't have to be on a PC to stream or upload or have a YouTube channel. Obviously I want to try and get it so I can get paid like these other people do. It's going to take a lot of work because there's a lot of competition, but yeah, it's but you've got very few people having YouTube channels in relation to console gaming, especially in tanks. It's all PC. World of Lols, Quickie Baby, who I hate and despise. Don't know why, I just despise them. That's a story for another time. Klaus Kellerman, Awesome Epic Guys. They're the biggest ones for the PC version, and there is next to no one streaming or doing videos for console. And that's what I think where people go wrong, where they decide these things. It's all, oh, PC this, PC that, oh, look at all the YouTubers and stuff. Oh, but you don't see anything from consoles, and that's why people go more to PC more, because it's all PC this, PC that. It's weird because I was having this conversation on here a minute or two ago. Right, let's crack on. Getting a bit distracted. They can handle him. So, any other questions, my new Russian friend? Oh, there's a Matilda with my name on it. Firing on the move. I think that's one of the other things that helped me master firing at moving targets, and that was obviously the console version once again. On the 360, well, it's helpful saying, oh, the console version, but I'll tell you what it was on. This is really living up to the name, so another day of misery. Oh, too late. Just bear me 2 seconds. Finish it. Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm not looking at what I'm doing, I'm trying to text and play. Right. Bear with me guys, I might have to... No, I won't have to shoot off. What is that that's left? The T1 heavy. Oh, I'll check your message in a minute. I just want to win this game first. Come on, focus. Yay, he gets a kill. About damn time. Yeah, screw the other artillery. He's probably hiding somewhere like a little boss. You'll all learn very quickly that I absolutely hate artillery. It may be hypocritical because I have that premium tier 5 artillery, but that's the only one I like. And when I'm willing to use any other, I was like, no, I don't want to be part of the idiot crew that has artillery. So spare me 2 seconds. Oh bollocks. Wasp bag. Yeah, and another thing I hate about artillery is them close range lock-on shots. That was terrible. Oh, the little bastard. Right, I can check your message now. I see that the console version got less random than PC, and it's good because PC developers say that random shots is funny and want to buy a console. I would say it's got more with the RNG. RNG is a bit more ridiculous than the console version because, yeah, the console version is treated like a cash cow. Wargaming always trying to squeeze money out of it, and they pay less attention to the console, more attention to the PC. I would definitely say that it's actually the random number generator is more prolific in the console version. From what I've seen on PC, yeah, that's it basically. That's my point of view. Just bear with me 2 more seconds. I'm never gonna get that full speed. Bear me 1 second. It's hard to ascertain what you're trying to say sometimes, my little Russian friend, but obviously I'm trying to answer the best I can. Talking of randability, it's hard to distinguish what you're trying to say, but it's okay. I think I get the gist of what you tried to say. There's just a few bits that don't make sense, but I think I get an idea of what you're trying to say. Now we come to the most overpriced tech line on the Japanese tech tree. I always thought or felt the tier 10 version of this was ridiculously overpriced. Like, massively overpriced. I don't know why they do this. Every time they introduce a new tech line, the tier 10s are always more overpriced than the last, and we just need to look at the tier 10 German light tanks. That is just ridiculously overpriced. 290,000 XP, obviously standard 6.3 million silver. But to me, it's not worth the experience you're saving up. Yeah, you may grind these tanks to get there, but at the end of the day, it's still not worth it. 9 times out of 10 in one of these light tanks, everyone's always going to focus on you because you're an easy kill. Your gun's not that powerful. Yeah, there's people bemoaning about them taking on an E100. Yeah, they can do damage to an E100 at the weak points, but that's only substantial damage. Like, very substantial, unless you've got the ridiculous the rocket propelled rounds from the Vietnam era gun. Does he risk it? Oh, random shot. God, they can't. Where's that guy coming? How? One minute you can penetrate, next minute you can't. Random number generator via. Someone needs to get rid of that AT. Somebody get rid of that AT-15. Somebody get rid of that AT-15. Please, somebody get rid of the AT-15. How many times I have to say it? Oh god, he's been pushed back. Right. They always go for that same damn spot. Yay! Oh, he's down. No way I'm going to get that. Oh, well done, team. Absolutely well done. And somebody's actually going back. So not everyone always goes back because they are lazy. They leave it to someone else, and they leave it to someone else, and that person leaves it to someone else to actually go back and defend the flag. That's what happens on the console version of World of Tanks. You get lazy players. Oh, I will see your comment in a quick second while I just finish this. Oh, I'm not going to get there in time, am I? Oh, come on! I hit him! He didn't reduce the timer. You having a laugh? Which is your favourite tank except premium tanks? My favourite tank? Ugh. So I take it as my standard normal tank. Oh jeez. I would not say the Tiger. In real life it would be the Tiger, but because they've ruined the Tiger on the game and anyone can do damage to it, I would not say the Tiger. I would say... Oh jeez, you had to ask that question, didn't you? The Centurion. Any one of the Centurions, the 1 to the 7-1 to the AX. Yeah, people might not think they're good tanks, but I like it. I've always liked Centurions. They're one of the best tanks of the 20th century, and I know them inside out on World of Tanks. If you would ask my... Oh, bear, I'm trying to send another text. If you would say my favourite premium tank, that's even more of a difficult one because I've got so damn many. I would say currently it is the Prima Victoria. Just because it's a Sabaton tank. Nah, it's a Centurion, a Sabaton tank. I would have to say it's the Prima Victoria. Then it's Tiger 131. Because I like Tiger 131 and I've touched it in real life. Because it's an amazing tank. Now I just need to have a look because I can never remember what I've got. That new King Tiger's good. Check the comments. Centurion's got a pretty nice tank too. Yeah, I've always thought that the guns are good, 105mm. The problem is with British tanks, because this is an American game, and in typical American fashion, they have to make everything British more terrible. Even post-war British, you take the Conqueror with its 120mm L1A1 gun, was the best gun and tank of the early 1950s. obviously before the Centurion, the Chieftain came along. Yet in this, it's incredibly under-armoured and underpowered. I'm not including the British Tank Destroyer line, but like I said, because this is an American game, there's a lot of anti-British bias, because there was a time where Britain made better tanks than the Americans did. Well, even during the Second World War, the Churchill was far superior to the Sherman, and we even made the Sherman better by putting a 17-pounder on it, which could penetrate the likes of even sometimes the front King Tiger's armour on rare occasions. But there is a lot of anti-British bias. I have a lot of British tanks. I like the British tanks, not because I'm obviously from there. I just genuinely like them. I don't know. When it comes to British, I like the Matildas and I like the Valentines. In fact, Valentines, they made them just near to where I lived, in the same factory where A.V. Rowe, the designer of the Lancaster bomber, worked his service during the war, just before he designed the Lancaster. And it was used to be a railway factory. It was converted to making tanks. They made Matildas and they made Valentine 1s to 9s. But my favourite, I would actually, I'm going to go back in the Centurion. I'm going to say my favourite tank is the Firefly. That might be a bit shocking. Oh, hang on. They got so much DPM. It's not. I wouldn't say they've got. Because really, how they've done it with British tanks, they've designed it for so you can chip away at the other person's HP. It doesn't do massive amounts of damage like high-end German and Russian tanks do. It's more, except obviously I'm not including the tank destroyers because the FB, aka the Death Stars, in a league of its own. They are designed for chipping away at the enemy's HP, while the heavies take massive chunks out of them. But still, I would say the Conqueror, the 4202 don't do as much damage as they should do. The Chieftain lives up to expectations, but even the Chieftain is underpowered. One of the purposes of this channel, if you didn't hear me at the beginning, was to expose the inaccuracies, historical inaccuracies in the game. Wargaming said many years ago that they wanted to keep historical accuracies in the game. I'm a historian, if you're wondering, not just a historian out of interest, an actual historian, and that is one of the purposes of this Another Day Misery series and the channel on YouTube. But that's where I'm coming from when I talk about the British tanks. They are dramatically underpowered. You take the Russian IS-7, which they did make, and on paper compare it to the Conqueror. The Conqueror is a level above it on armour capability, on armament capability, mobility and speed. Yet on here, the IS-7 is better than the Conqueror. I think they've done that to make it all fit. Russian's top tank, very terrible, especially the IS-4. Yeah, the IS-4 is terrible. The only thing going for it is armour. Right, I need to stop chatting and carry on with the game. The IS-7 was good, but when I got it eventually, it was a massive disappointment because of the double standards within World of Tanks. Right, where were we? Chunikai, SJ, well, they lost, what a surprise. But yeah, going back to the original question, my favourite non-premium tank, yeah, I would say Centurion second, Firefly first, because of what the Firefly did. I like the Firefly, I like the gun, I know how to use it well, yeah. And for everyone else listening or whatever, a little quick facts of another historical inaccuracy that Wargaming got wrong. With the heavy tank number 6, aka the Tiger, I think it was the Tiger H. Well, I know it's the Tiger Mark 1 that the Germans sent to the Japanese. It says on the little blurb on the information about this tank that, yeah, they were sent to Japan but they were all sunk. That's actually incorrect. There was actually a number of Tigers that made it to Japan. However, the moment they got there, they broke down and the engines blew. The Germans forgot to send the tooling to the Japanese in order for the Japanese to make replacement parts. And by the time replacement parts would have got to Japan, the war would have been over anyway. The Germans never really sent the tooling if they actually forgot to. Hello, new watcher. Just send us a message. If you're anyone I know, just send us a message. Welcome to World of Misery, episode number 2, a live stream. So yeah, in regards to this tank, yeah, a number of them did actually make it to Japan, but they, like I said, they broke down almost immediately because of the Tiger's famed unreliability. Oh, did I get a message? Japanese Tiger's very bad. I quite like it for its tier, to be honest. Yeah, the gun's a bit underpowered, but I still like it because it's a Tiger. But yeah, going back to the history of it, the Germans forgot to send the tooling for replacement parts so they could make replacement parts. The tooling and the schematics for the actual rounds, so they had limited ammunition. Well, next to no ammunition survived the trip over to Japan. So another historical inaccuracy that Wargaming got wrong. Well, they got half of it right, the rest of it was wrong, because they said all Tigers on the journey to Japan were lost, when they weren't. Hello! Damn it, get this shot off quick. Missed anyway. Let's get behind the building just in case artillery comes. That was a bit naff. Oh, yeah. We're going to lose because the team's terrible. So wait, it said KV1 did damage? This actual Tiger has the same armour as the standard Tiger. Oh, has the same armour as the other. How can you penetrate a shot from that direction when the Tiger's facing this direction? As I was saying, the Tiger has the same armour, but what Wargaming have done to enable it to fit with tier 6 is reduce the actual armour thickness, henceforth causing the destruction of continuity. And this team's terrible. I didn't even press the trigger. Come on. Oh, come on. Don't I go out there because that light tank, well, I'm going to be spotted. Because this team's terrible. How? What a surprise, I knew the artillery would come this way. Fuck it, I'm repairing. Team is shockingly bad. What? Nah, there's no way that T1 Heavy could do it from the front. This is the argument I was trying to say about it. Wargaming on purposely reduced its armour thickness. Bearing in mind it's the exact same Tiger as the standard Tier 7 Tiger 1 on the German tech tree, and they reduced it so it could be at Tier 6 because of the gun. But the angles that I had this tank at, those Tier 5s could not penetrate the armour. This is what I mean about how bad the random number generator is on the console version. People may dispute that, but gun maybe not bad, but armour so awful. I take it that was your answer to the... Yeah, that was your answer to the Firefly. Yeah, that's true. The armour is terrible because it is a Sherman M4, but you know, yeah, but the gun makes up for it, and it's also the skill. Back in the war, British tank crews had a lot of training and a lot of experience, because we spent the interwar years studying tank warfare, turning cavalries into tank battalions, etc, etc. So therefore our crews were better than the Americans. The Americans had limited experience, limited training during the war. So, and then we come on to the, if on that actual note about the training stuff, the reason why the German tank crew is better than ours is because the Germans learned from us during the interwar years. They sent people on behalf of Heinz Guderian over to England to study our exercises, to study our tanks, and learnt a lot from us. That's why the tank tactics and armoured warfare tactics of the Germans were very, very similar to the British ones. But in regards again to your comment about the Firefly, what did it was the 17 pounder, and that's what made the Germans scared of it and why they targeted it a lot. But overall, I still like the Firefly on the game. It's not my favourite in real life. I would say it isn't my top 10 in real life, but on the game it's one of my favourite standard Tetri tanks of the game. Bear with me to comment, I think that artillery in this game should be deleted to get more action. Yeah, the artillery comment, I totally agree with you. Absolutely 100% agree. I've been saying this since the Xbox 360. It should be taken out. It's got no historical standing. There's very few times in history where mass artillery was used against tanks. High explosive rounds can't destroy a tank in the way they can on here because they explode on contact. There's been historical cases during the war where Panthers and Tigers were shot with high explosive rounds from artillery and survived. Obviously the crew survived, it didn't do much. But yeah, when it comes to history, when it comes to the history of it, artillery should not be in. And yeah, it's annoying that the people who use artillery don't use it properly. They just target weak tanks. They don't go for the more threatening tanks like the Kaiju, for example, or on this team, the Tiger P. They always go for the weak ones. They always nick kills. And the fact that when you come close to them, it's that lock-on, that manual lock-on, not going for the artillery sights. I absolutely despise it with a passion. Despise it. I know people have been calling for artillery to be deleted for many years now, but they're not going to because they make too much money from it. But I totally agree with your comment, 100% agree. But that's why I said earlier in this video, and I've said in the past, it does kind of make me a hypocrite. I have the Tier 5 French one, but that's the only one I like. The Tier 5 Premium one, I can't remember what it's called, which is based on a Char B2, or is it a B1? Well, one of the two. It's the only one I use, it's the only one I like, it's easier to use. I refuse to use any other. I've tried other artillery in the past, it just annoys me. Oh, and the last, not least, about what annoys me about artillery. Artillery on artillery action. The moment artillery is spotted, say your artillery has to go for it rather than going for the more dangerous heavy tanks. That annoys the hell out of me. I hate it. You know, leave those ones to the light tanks or the medium tanks or whatever. But yeah, overall, artillery out. And it's true what you say, there'll be more action. Yeah, there is more action. I prefer games where it has no artillery, because you're not annoyed. You can create more ambushes. It is so much better. Oh, what's going on here? My game has just frozen. I don't know why, it's done this before. Oh, damn it. Back up, back up, back up, back up. No, right, am I back in? Yeah, I'm back in. That's strange. But yeah, games without artillery are better. And we're losing once again because out of every 20 games you only win only 5. What? Come on. Are these tanks firing undetected and not being detected? If I was on the other side, if I was those tanks that are firing undetected, I would be detected instantly. And here we go, proves our point. A tank with very little health, and if you noticed, here's the thing that doesn't make sense. As I was moving backwards, I saw the round come in. If you noticed it one bit, the round was following me, right? That's another argument I've got. This is the most controversial debate with consoles, and it's with one key phrase: hackers. Bear with me. Yes, we know hackers on PCs are prolific, they're all over the place, but we tend to ignore them on consoles because we convince ourselves that, oh, consoles can't be hacked. They can. All you need is a high-spec computer, a hacking program bought off the dark web for 120 quid or $150, and a particular wire and converter module, and you can hack any game in an instant. On World of Tanks, it has been found that the majority of hackers use artillery because, well, the main theory, as it was, is so they can keep an eye on their PC screens as they're playing at the same time. Because as artillery, you don't need to do much. You don't. And I've always found that the majority of hackers in World of Tanks play in artillery. But I don't want to go into that debate. I've been in many arguments about that debate. I'm convinced. I've seen much evidence about it. I've even seen someone do it, not on a video, in real life. I've actually seen someone do it. I refuse to do it myself because it's, well, why would you do it? Why would you do it? It takes the challenge away. It's, you know. But anyway, let's not get bogged down about the debate. Let's crack on. Meet my friend Jeff. Yeah, I know that it's a Japanese woman's voice for this tank, but I call her Jeff because I can never be bothered pronouncing her name. Let's just have a quick look. Any more messages? Oh no, I have 2 people still watching. If you've got any more questions, my little Russian friend, feel free to send them. if you ever got any more questions, just comment after this broadcast. Just comment on the video on YouTube. My channel is the Epic Tank Guy, and just leave a comment or two on there. Even subscribe if you want to. That goes for anyone else who's actually watched, etc, etc. Leave a like, hit a subscribe, and you guys can help contribute to this channel being a success. Yeah, the channel is in its early days, it's in its infancy. Yes, this is the only video of Another Day of Misery series, but we're gonna try and get a bit of success in. Oh, why did I just take that shot? Yeah, and it's not been good on World of Tanks. We've lost more than we've won for this broadcast, which is typical because I've noticed in the console version you always lose more than you win, because that's Wargaming's way of squeezing more money out of you. On average, we'll give us a few averages. If you play 100 games in a day, you'll probably lose 80 of them. That's what happens to me. It happens to many of my friends. They barely win. I've had one particular friend that has not won a game over a 3-day period, and the theory is it's Wargaming's way of penalising you for not spending enough money. But yeah, oh hello. I'll take a quick look at your comment. Yeah, hackers that using one program that can show you all tanks on the map. Yes, I was going to mention that about the actual showing all the maps on the showing all the tanks on the map, where the locations are. Yes, that's one of the things I've seen. I have seen it. I disagree with it. I would never do it myself. There was an opportunity that I could have done it myself, but I never followed up on it, because I thought, well, why reduce yourself to this level? You know, why? So I decided not to. Hello, hang on, I was going to leave then. Hang on, there's tier 9s in this. Yay, matchmaking for the win. Right. Is he in? Yeah, bollocks. What? Is he behind that mound? Instant detection as always, because what? At that angle to the front, are you having a laugh? With a gun that sat. Oh, don't tell me. Oh, that's why. Oh, for freak's sakes. Typical artillery coming this way. Don't you dare move. If artillery is targeting him, I better get out of here. Oh, jeez, they're letting themselves get shafted by 2 light tanks. I will check your comment in a few minutes. Too late. Who else could be targeting me? I mean, oh, damn it. These people are damn near useless. Not sod this. I'm going back to the flag because no one else will. Turn, you bitch. It's like we're gonna lose this one. Yay! Saying that, you know, over these past 6 weeks, I've lost more games than I've won. It's not for reasons of my own fault. Believe it or not, it's the actual team screwing me over, and Wargaming with their terrible matchmaker. can't go over there. My gun depression's jeez. Right, it's pointless crying for help. No one ever comes. Ever. Yeah, we're gonna lose. Big time. I'm not going over there. You have to wait a second. I was trying to concentrate as much as humanly possible. I would say this is the team's fault once again. I'm not going over there. I'm not sacrificing myself because of the team's mess. Let's check our comments. Playing the top clan on PC, 90% of the players using this cheat when I notice if it's yeah, we call this turbo loss. When team dying team. Yeah, I would say it's roughly the same. Turbo loss. Yeah, I hate it, but it's always because of the team, guaranteed. If it's not obviously a HOTS game, but you lose a game more often than winning it. Like I said, in the past 6 weeks, I've lost 70% of games. It's never been this bad, ever. But it's been progressively getting worse. World of Tank's been progressively getting worse since August of last year. Oh, sorry, I'll check your comment again. Because bad balance system. Yeah, I've always said that myself. Balancing and the matchmaking is terrible. Like, just terrible. You could say it's made the game unplayable. Yeah, they've kind of fixed it for the PC. So the argument is, why have they not done it for this? Is it because they're still trying to treat it like a cash cow? Are they still trying to squeeze money out of people on consoles? Bearing in mind people who play consoles have got less money than people who play PC. But yeah, going back to what I said, I've been losing more games than I've been winning for the past 6 weeks. I don't know what's gone wrong. I've got the odd day where I'm winning more than I'm losing, but the majority of the games I'm always losing constantly, and it's always because of the team stupidity. So I've always said there needs to be a tutorial in World of Tanks on battlefield tactics. When I say battlefield tactics, I mean left flanks, right flank, flanking manoeuvres, manoeuvre tactics, what to do, etc, etc. Because what most people tend to do on here is group up in massive bunches and they don't protect the flanks. Oh, hello. There you go, there's an example of how not to play light tanks. I've not even been... Get out of the damn way, fool. There's always someone hiding. There is as well. Oh. Go for the turret. People are actually protecting the left flank for a change. There's far too many people up here. That's that. It's not the original M4. Come on, muskbags. Come on. I was gonna say, what's the fucking M3 medium doing on here? Where did that round go? What? What is going on again? I've lost full control once again. I'm not having signal issues, I'm not having internet issues. This team's terrible again. This is going to be 5 losses in a row. Because they're just terrible. Why are they going forward? They're advancing on hidden tanks. They know they're hidden, so why are they still advancing on them? Idiots. Say one more thing that console tank don't have XPM mode, that ruined PC version. Yes, that's true. Hang on, I didn't see your other comment. I want to say... You want to say more? See more? I didn't even press... The hell happened there? Come on, catch up. We got KV-1S, Crusader. Do I go up there? Yes. Come on, surely these guys can catch up. He must have a big gun. No, he's not. That's the light tank behind me. Damn it, gun depression. Yay. Come on. So we actually fought back. Oh, where did that KV-1S go? Yay. Comments on this map, take E3 position. E3, where's E3? Oh. Nah, where I go, I usually like to stay there. I've always done that. This is what I mean about how bad it is. It's taken 1, 2, 3, 5 games to get a single win. And that seems to be the regular occurrence these days. Right. I am just going to try and get one on this. This is what's called my focus tank because I'm trying to work on it to get all the upgrades. So I'm just going to get one on this and then I am going to leave the episode there. I should be doing another episode of Another Day Misery next week, including my very first tank focus episode. If anyone's got any comments on which tank they would like me to focus on, just leave it in the comment sections of this video on my YouTube channel, which is the Epic Tank Guy. You'll see this video, which is episode 2, on the channel itself. Leave a comment, subscribe, like the video, and tell me which tank you would like me to focus on in a special focus video. I'm going to be doing one of them, say every fortnight. For example, I'll do a replay video on, say, Tiger 131, for example. Talk about it, see it in action. Talk about its history. It won't be a live stream of an actual uploaded episode from while using World of Tank consoles replay feature, etc, etc. So just leave a comment saying which tank you would like to see. That goes for everyone, and I will try my best to accommodate you. That might not be done until, say, next week or the week after. Hopefully next week, or even this weekend if I can be bothered. So let's get this. Oh jeez. No thank you. That charity can still do a lot of damage. What's that? T54. Hello. Where is everyone? Good, there's no artillery. IS6, T54, Yak. Oh jeez. Terrible. As soon as I fire this shot off, I need to back up. Oh, come on. How did that T54 get there so quickly? No, 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 no. He's going straight for me. I always go for the weaker tanks first. Not the weak tanks, the strongest tanks. First, you fool. You always go for the biggest threats first. You never go for the weak threats. Oh, where is that guy? Are you a fool or something? Are you a complete and utter retard? I'm down on health like this. It's because of you, you fool. Nah, that T54 does not have the gun depression to get that kind of shot off. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say the reason behind it. I'm tempted. Well, this is going great. This is a great day. Barely won anything. Typical World of Tanks these days, which is a pile of shite. Oh, that's another thing about clans. Sees in GW clan. Oh, will you sod off? This is what I hate about World of Tanks console players. They're just knobs. They just truly are idiots. What's the fixation with trolling people like this? Seriously, you knobs. I don't have a KV. I don't have a KV2, I'm afraid. I've never bothered with it. I might get it just for it, because you've asked so kindly and nicely. Yeah, I'll have a think about that. Obviously, I'll compare it to any other comments people have made. Hang on, he's still being an idiot. Basically, he wanted a dead target to take cover from. It's tactics like that that loses games. He's getting a message. Oh, he's a cancer. Is he dead? He is what? Yeah, he's a clan nut idiot. I hate clan members. Sorry about that, I was just sending a nice friendly message to that Yart Tiger. I say friendly. I'm not going to say what I said. I just don't get these people who get a cheap thrill out of annoying people. I really don't. I truly don't get how and why. Because it's like I said before, it's that type of behaviour that loses games. As just proven, because they just lost it terribly. And it's another key trait of clans, people in clans. I hate with... hang on. Yeah, you're probably right, it's most likely kids. My other half always says it's that. My other half always says it's kids. And my other half always says it's kids as well. Oh, sorry, I got another message. Just little kids playing. Yeah, you're right, it is kids. I just hate... I hate it, the selfishness, but that comes down to another thing I hate. Clans and clan members. Why do we have them? It's basically it's an online gang. These people aren't man enough to be on a real gang, so they'll go on an online gang because they can do stuff and get away with it to annoy people. Do stuff without consequence. But it's the style of these people, the gameplay style. I just hate it with a passion. Oh jeez, we're with tier 10s. I've not even got the big gun. The more clans I see in the opposite team, I always say the more I'll lose, because these idiots will stop at nothing to get a win, to get cheap and easy kills, to annoy people, and I just hate it. I just do not see the point. I've been asked many times to join a clan. I have, always refused, every time. Always refused a clan invite because I just don't see the point. If you bear with me, I will look at your comment, my little Russian friend, in a minute or two. And there's another example of why I hate artillery. Artillery on artillery action, which I despise with a passion. He's going to hide over there like a little wuss bag. And he thinks that no one's seen him. I've obviously seen him, and I'm going for him. Come here, pretty boy. That's another thing I hate. People ramming other people for a laugh. I have to be careful because he's probably still being covered by the artillery. You can't get him that way, you fool. A little help would be nice. Thank you. Something tells me we're going to lose this one also. Like I said, I'm not going to stop the broadcast until we've got a win on this tank. So this looks like it's going to be game number 2 on this tank. Yeah, game number 2, no win. Let's see how long it takes us to get a win. Bearing in mind, it took us 5 games to get a single win. Well, that is how terrible World Tanks has become. I wonder if he's facing down... How did he know? Bear me 1 second, I just want to share a few kind words with the team. Damn it. You are all truly terrible. Just all go kill yourselves, please. Right, I'll read your comment. So have a look. C9 position, Bosch will cover you. C9. Yeah, I sometimes actually go up there when I'm in tank destroyers, but this type of game it's pointless, as you can see. So yeah, when I'm in tank destroyers in this, I usually go and I spawn to the north. I usually go in that area on that ridge line. But that depends if people come in through F9 to F0. But with this one, that's not been the case. They've all come straight through the town because this team's just terrible, like truly terrible once again. And that's another argument about higher tiers. I was making an argument before about how you lose more games than win. Oh, one sec, I'll check your comments. I personally, I wouldn't think so, but that's my opinion. But I'll take your advice. I'll try it next time I'm on there. If I spawn at the north and in a medium tank, I will try that position now, because you recommended, and I'll see how that goes. But my argument, going back to the argument about losing more than winning, in my opinion, tier 10 tanks are pointless. The reason for this is because you only win 2 out of every tier 10 top tier games. So if you're in a tier 8, 9 or 10, you'll only ever win 2 out of 10 games. That's that statistic I got from a test I did with a few friends of mine some time ago. And yeah, that's a genuine fact about it. You lose more games. It's because the majority of hackers in World of Tanks console version live in tier 10 because they've cheated their way to tier 10. Then you've got all the clan idiots who use their unrealistic, unfair tactics in there. And I don't know if it's to do with the RNG, with match rigging or anything, but you will guaranteed win only 2 to 3 games out of every 10 top tier 10 top tier games. That is a guaranteed fact. That's tried and tested. Some people have actually disputed that fact from a friend of mine's forum post a couple months ago, but that is actually true. You lose more tier 10 games than you actually win. And that's why I always say tier 10's pointless. Yeah, we work up to tier 10. I have tier 10 tanks because I like them, but you lose more than you win when it comes to tier 10. So every time you're in a tier 10 game, be prepared to lose. Yeah, just be prepared. Be prepared to lose completely. That's all I can say on the matter. Bear with me, I will check your comment. I'll check it now while everyone gets in position. I'm talking about PC version, so it may be different on console. I got 6 days and yeah, the actual winning statistics on PC are completely different. The console version is rigged for you to lose more games than to win because of the money Wargaming trying to squeeze out of you. That little fact comes from a World of Tanks whistleblower that used to work for Wargaming, that was posted on the forums some time ago. But yeah, you do lose more games on console than win. It's random, winning more, losing more. On PC it is more random, but yeah. Anyway, back to it. What? Where did that go? Oh, here's another good fact. No artillery. How? Yeah, let's repair. Get out of harm's way. He was aiming at me. What's that over there? Is anyone going to meet him? You can't see me, leave it alone. Right. Oh, we've got, is that 2 motions? Oh, one's a BKP. Yeah, I really shouldn't have stayed there too long, but oh well, sod it. He's just going to continually aim at me. That should... Oh no, he's got a repair kit. Come on. Seriously? I'm trying to get a good shot off. Now we've got another fool. He thinks it's funny to push people in front of the enemy. And the motion. Great. I may have to change my position. There's people in the distance. I'm going to lose this. This is what I hate about encounters. Early wins, because you get sod all from them. That's what I don't like about encounters. People always go for the flag and try to get a win as quickly as possible. He's gone. I want to try and outflank these guys. He's using premium rounds in a T10. Are you having an absolute laugh? How terrible must you be as a player? Who the hell's it? I think, yeah, there was someone hiding all the way. He wasn't there. Here. What a wuss. I'm actually 29 and I am British, English to be precise. I don't really sound Russian. I can do a Russian accent if I tried, but I'm not Russian. Or I'm not from Eastern Europe. No, I am English. I might sound a bit because of the mic I'm using, because it's a terrible mic, but I'm 24. Alright, good age. Anyone under the age of 21 is considered a kid in my book, so you're just slightly above that, so I can consider you an adult. It's actually been nice to actually have someone to talk to, because sometimes when I do videos I talk to myself because no one ever watches. So I'd like to thank you for all your questions and all your comments. I'd like to thank you very, very much. It's not very often people actually watch my videos. It's not that often people ask me so many questions, but I do really appreciate it, and I can't thank you enough for watching and commenting. Look at this idiot. You know, he's got full health, he's in an E75. Yeah, he may not have the top, the actual big gun, but, you know, he could have been much help. Same with the Batshot, or Batshite, as I call it, 2.5. They could have been down at the flag helping. Right, I'll just check on your comments. If anyone's left, and then I will say a fond farewell to you all. Right then, all I can say now is we've come to the end of episode. Oh, sorry, let me just see your comment. I like watching tank streams because maybe it sounds weird that. Yeah, like the game but hate it. I know exactly what you mean. I like the game but I also hate it. Right, so this is to everyone watching, obviously now and watching in the future. I'd like to say farewell. Thank you for watching episode 2 of Another Day of Misery. Thank you all for your comments, your watches. Feel free to find my channel, The Epic Tank Guy, on YouTube. Feel free to subscribe, like and post a comment. Please post a comment on this video on the YouTube channel to see which tank you would like to have a tank focus done on. They've had a few mentions, for example the KV2, I think one was the Skoda T50 which I've just been playing. But I thank you all for watching. I shall see you all next week. This has been Turb666, the Epic Tank Guy, and I say goodbye to you all.